What's up, ladies and gentlemen? This is the Prince of YouTube, PS Compulsion, signing in here, aka that 22-year-old kid with the light squeaky voice, aka Prince Anthony. And as most of you guys know, MyGM mode is my favorite mode to play on NBA 2K. It's been that way for years, going back to when they had association mode. But in the past 2 years, 2K has made some major improvements to MyGM mode, starting with NBA 2K16 when they first introduced team relocation, when we could relocate any team in the NBA to another state. In addition to team relocation, we also had the addition of expansion teams later on. The next thing you know, we could change the rules in the NBA itself. Now we have protection on our draft picks. We could swap picks. Like, a whole bunch of sexy features have been added to MyGM mode over the years to make the game that much more fun and challenging to play. But although this mode may seem super sexy right now, trust me when I say that there are still a couple things that, if added to this mode, will make this game mode 10 times more sexier than it is right now. So with that being said, over the past week, I created a list of 5 things that if NBA 2K add to MyGM mode, it would make the mode that much better. And some of the things that I have on this list could also apply to MyLeague mode as well. But nonetheless, getting into this list, I feel like you should have more interaction with your team owner, and this goes specifically for MyGM mode. I don't know about you guys, but when I first start a MyGM series, it feels like as soon as that series starts, I'm already the owner of that team. I mean, the team owner doesn't really do much in MyGM mode. It feels like as soon as you start playing, you're the owner, because the owner doesn't enforce anything, bruh. I could go out there and fail every single goal for the NBA season and not get fired. There is no way in hell that I could do that shit in real life and expect to always keep my job. My job should always be on the line when I am a general manager of a team. There is no way in hell that I should be able to just look at the team owner goals and say, you know what, F your goals, I'm gonna do whatever the hell I feel like it, and you can't say nothing about it because I'm not gonna get fired. I think in all my years of playing 2K, I think it was NBA 2K14 was the last time I got fired while being the general manager of a team. I believe that was the last time. But nonetheless, like I said, you should have more interaction with your team owner. Y'all should be able to speak about goals and come to an agreement when it comes to goals. Like, he just don't give you a bunch of unrealistic goals and just tell you to go do it. Things really does not work like that. Now, the second thing on my list is that NBA 2K needs to bring back D-League mode. This was one of those features where I was mind-boggled of why NBA 2K would take it out of the game to begin with. They had it in the game a couple years ago, and that was a key part of playing in my association. The ability to send players to and from the D-League, being able to play D-League games itself, that is a major missing piece for MyGM mode. Imagine starting a MyGM series with the New York Knicks and you want to send Kuzminskis or maybe Willie Hernan-Gomez down to the D-League in order for them to hone their skills before bringing them back up to the main roster. Or maybe you had a couple second-round picks in the NBA draft, and instead of waiving the rookies, you decide to keep them and just send them down to the D-League to hone their skills. Like, come on, 2K, you have to add D-League mode back in NBA 2K18 or any future 2K game at that. The next feature that I have on this list was something that 2K had in their past games as well, which is bringing back player roles. Come on, bruh. There is no way in hell that just because somebody have a 75 overall or better, that they cannot come off the bench and be a 6-man. That shit pisses me off on 2K17, that if they have an overall between 75 and 80, they will complain until you put them in the starting lineup, or you just let them go and trade them. Like, somebody really needs to embrace the 6-man role. They should have starters as a player role, 6-man as a player role, and then you have your role players that's coming off the bench. It should go back to that method the same way that it was in past 2K games. Come on, bruh. Bring back player roles. This shit is really annoying now, because in my MyGM series for the Seattle Pelicans, before I traded Buddy Hield, he kept on complaining that he wanted to be in the starting lineup, but I had Devin Booker, Steph Curry, and Josh Jackson in my starting lineup, and you're not starting over any of those guys. So he just annoyed the shit out of me until I decided to trade him. But nonetheless, bring back player roles. Now, the next thing that I had on my list was the addition of alternative jerseys and alternative arenas. This will be one sexy ass addition if they could add this to a future 2K game, because I want the ability to create more than just a home and away uniform for my team, whether it be in an expansion team or a relocated team. I want the ability to make more than 2 jerseys. Imagine making like a pride uniform for your team, alternative uniform for your team, a Christmas Day jersey for your team, hell, even a classic throwback jersey for your team. All those things will make your team seem that much more sexy and realistic. Oh yeah, and playoff jerseys for your team as well. So during the playoff, you choose what color the audience wear. Oh my goodness, I'm about to go in. But nonetheless, all those possibilities will make your team seem that much more realistic and sexy. In addition to the alt uniforms, I said alternative arenas because teams such as the Milwaukee Bucks, when they wear their alt uniform, they have like a different arena as well. So you should be able to make 2 home arenas for your team, a main home arena and an alternative home arena, so that whenever you wear a specific jersey, you're going to play on that specific court. And the last thing that I have on my list is that they need to make the trading system more realistic for MyGM mode, and it could go for MyLeague mode as well. I just feel like this trade system is so easy that I could just open up Trade Finder and trade for a star player at the snap of a finger, and I should not be able to do that. I feel like in terms of making the trading system more realistic, although for NBA 2K17 they did add the feature that when you just signed a player you can't trade them, and when you just traded a player you can't trade them again for like another couple of months or whatever the case may be. But I feel like in addition to that, they should have something where you could offer a trade to the CPU, but they won't accept it right away. Like, I shouldn't just be able to open Trade Finder, find a trade for DeAndre Jordan, and trade for DeAndre Jordan in less than 5 seconds. I should be able to make an offer to the Hall of Fame CPU, and they should take like about 2-3 days or like a week or 2 weeks to decide whether or not they want to accept my trade or counter offer my trade or decline my trade or whatever the case may be. I feel like that will make MyGM mode that much more harder, because now we can abuse the trade system and trade for a bunch of stars right away. In addition to that, I feel like the trade values for players should also be dictated by a game-to-game basis. I don't think that Steph Curry could play like shit all season long and still maintain a 5-star rating. Like, that is not supposed to happen. I feel like it should be dictated on play rather than just who the player is. But nonetheless, these are my 5 cool features that NBA 2K should add to MyGM mode or MyLeague mode to make the mode that much more better. Leave your comment in the comment section below. I want to hear you guys' thoughts and opinions. What do you guys want to see on NBA 2K MyGM mode or MyLeague mode? Let me know in the comment section below. This was a little bit of a wish list video, so I gotta hear you guys' opinion as well. So nonetheless, thank you guys for watching. This is the Prince of YouTube signing out. Leave your comment in the comment section below.